And talking about love, talking about customer love and how to gain customer love to disrupt, to disrupting the retail landscape with new strategies, is a very eclectic panel out here from various industries. And to lead the discussion with Mr. Jitendra Joshi, who is the CEO of AMBAB. So Jitendra, over to you, and look forward to a scintillating discussion.
Thank you, CU. Thank you so much. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Today, I think we are going to have a very, very important and exciting discussion. Just to set the context, as per the various surveys conducted in the last 6 months, what we have seen is that the customers are going to behave very differently in coming days. The way they are going to work, the way they are going to shop, the way they are going to live. Now, this is just an indication how deeply this pandemic has affected the entire consumer behavior. Now, the bigger question, I think, is, however, is that how are we going to adapt to this changing behavior? Right now, we have a very distinguished panel from various industries. We have the leaders from apparel, we have leaders from food. So I'm going to start with Sanjay ji. So even though roti, kapda and makan, right, is the necessities of life. But in the current situation, the new clothes are, I think, the last thing in the consumer's mind. So have you seen the change in the needs in the recent times captured to the pre-COVID time as well as post-COVID time? And if yes, then how are you managing this change in such a short notice?
It seems you're rubbing salt into my wound.
Sorry for that. But...
Yeah, but having said that, I think, so roti, kapda, makan is critical. But within each of our categories, there are people who are impacted. So if you look at roti also, F&B is hugely impacted. Other than people who are actually serving the takeaway needs of the people. Likewise, kapda to, it's kind of being grounded to the dust today. And within the clothes segment, I think the most impacted category, apart from formal wear, would be a category like ours, which is a pair of jeans. So when there are people who are not kind of moving out and not too keen to move out, denims kind of is not one of the most popular attire they would want to be when they are at home. So yeah, we are impacted over there. But since the day we've seen the lockdown getting lifted, and people have started coming into the markets and have started going about their own chores slowly and steadily, we feel the whole sentiment is improving. And I'm very, very happy to say that a couple of months back, where my denim business had dropped to 35% of my entire business, it's around back to 57%. And this is a normal rate that Spiker had always enjoyed out of its portfolio pre-COVID days as well. So I think we are very happy with how denim has turned around. But the absolute amount is less and absolute number is less. So as a percentage, if you want to be contented with, yeah, we are contented with respect to what the contribution of denim is to our business today. But we are still far away from glory days, so to speak. So we kind of step back and seen exactly where we are and how consumers are behaving and reacting, and what today becomes critical for them as far as their purchase dynamics and their purchase hierarchies are concerned. We find that clothing as a whole is not going to be as important to them in these times. So from the perspective of clothing, we are not really pushing too hard because it will seem to be very insensitive when I try to really push clothes down a customer's throat at this point of time. So it's going very easy. We are adding a lot of categories to our business, which can be impulse, can be products which are more apt for these kind of times. So from a overall mix of around 21%, my t-shirts has now started moving up to more than 28-29%.
Okay.
We've just launched, it's not yet out, but in a day or two, we should be going more mass with our campaign. We have launched our innerwear category, and it goes under the name Under Jeans. So we recognize that innerwear is doing well. Our boxers are doing extremely well. We are short of stocks on that. But having said all these things, it is really difficult to make the most out of what is doing well for us kind of right now, because we are too committed and we are too invested in inventory. At the same time, your receivables and all are also not the way they should be. So from that perspective, there is a crunch on working capital. So today, if I have to deploy any money, either I don't have the money or there are many more important areas to deploy that money. So from that perspective, our industry, specifically our business and our industry, are in a spot where though we can maximize a lot of things, we are not able to. What we are actually doing the best with it. In fact, this downturn has given us a very great opportunity to kind of shore up our entire Omni business. Today, nearly 270 stores of Spiker are online on Omni, and I'm very happy to say that this is a business we started probably 4 months back, and I'm actually seeing a very good traction on Omni for us, and it's a very healthy business. I see Omni just contributing to my overall retail by probably the end of this year to the extent of 11 to 12%, and that's a very welcome change that I've seen for our business. Maybe we had embarked on Omni before the COVID times, but the whole speed that we have gathered in these last few months have been exceptional on the Omni front. Besides this, our e-commerce overall, because the times are very suited for e-commerce. The e-commerce is the one which is kind of doing better than what we did last year. So from that perspective, though margins are very limited and scarce in e-commerce, we are very well placed as far as e-commerce is concerned. We are also acknowledging the fact that loungewear, homeware are going to be the key categories for the next few months, or at least a year or two, and then probably it will stay like that for a lot of ways, because I think I just read somewhere from work from home has become work from anywhere now. So it may move away from being work from home. It may just become work from anywhere for a lot of people. So I'm very sure that from a real estate also perspective, a lot of satellite offices will creep in, and we really may not need to go to a workplace and travel a whole lot of distance. There might be a lot of people who will offer smaller offices around their work homes and residences. So I think from that perspective, a lot of things are changing, and they're still changing. So it's very difficult for us to say that, okay, this is a change now, because it's still evolving. So maybe a 6 months or a year down the line, we'll be able to crystallize as to really how the consumers have changed and finally what have they metamorphosed themselves into. But yeah, we are on top of it, and we have actually signed on a few brands which will help us create a much more bigger category for t-shirts and homeware. So we have just got on board Charlie Chaplin and Einstein.
Nice.
And that again is a category which is more, which is more attuned to the top wear business, more of knits and more graphic oriented stuff. So which is again just right for what you want to wear at home and what you want in leisure. So I think these are the few steps we've taken at Spiker. In a nutshell, Omni is all out. E-commerce is all out. We are going all out on these two areas. A lot of digital adventures are being taken up by us. Some of them are costing us. Some of them are kind of not so expensive. But we are seeing a lot of things happen. It's like a carpet bombing exercise for us. Some of them will be very good for us. Some of them may not be good for us.
Perfect. Great. Yeah, so Shivendra, I think going clearly back to you, because you are being a CFO for Cantabil. So what kind of a change have you seen in terms of the cash flows, how you are changing the metrics which you might be looking at prior to COVID and now? What is the change have you seen there?
Okay. First of all, thank you for giving the opportunity to it. I welcome all the members. So as far as cash flow is concerned and consumer behavior, if we'll talk about what we experienced, customer has actually been waited for spending the money for, first quarter, or still a little bit shy in terms of getting the money out of the pocket a little bit. As we see what the post-lockdown period, when we saw and gradually we opened our stores, we can clearly notice the customer were not been most of the concern for the customer side is not that key, what kind of prices they are getting and what kind of, more in terms of pocket friendly kind of things. They were more inclined towards the process, more inclined toward the guarantee for the safety when they are coming for the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main thing what we noticed. Post lockdown, what we did in terms of Cantabil to regaining the customer confidence, which was most important factor, what we found earlier in, when the, started opening the stores middle of May, or you can say starting of the June. So we sending what the sanitization process and the company at a store level we are adopting, and that generate definitely the confidence of the customer, because we can clearly see in the month of June, sharp increase in sales in terms of recovery. 50 to 40% sale has already been generated as far as Cantabil stores are concerned. However, the 30 to 50 stores were closed by that time out of total 300 stores network we were having in the month of June itself. And now we have reached up to a level of 70 to 80%. In fact, September we closed as compared to vice versa last year. Last year, what the month is happening. So what
Shivendra,
the
sorry, just because Sanjay very clearly mentioned that Omni had played a very big role in terms of recovery. So are you also seeing that kind of a trend?
Absolutely. See, we are as of now mainly in the business of brick and mortar model as of now. So specifically, what we have seen in the tier 2 and tier 3 town, where the company has been expanding for last 2 or 3 years, the fear of the customers when they are confident to coming for the shop, that has been coming out, and they are coming to the stores for shopping and they are continuously spending there. Even now the people and the customers are regularly started asking us ki what the new product, because for the fashion retail, if I'll talk about the next second half is obviously the biggest one. So they are started asking again ki what the new collection you are having, when you are launching these collections for the new season, winter season, when it is being coming. So that's what the difference is. Omni channel is definitely, we are also into this, and we have seen a shift towards from the brick and mortar also in terms of e-commerce and omni-channel model. We have recently launched the e-commerce. E-commerce for Cantabil was always on call, but definitely the changes what the company did in terms of majority, we have very fast and eagerly, coming down in the e-commerce in the month of May itself. So that has been giving very good result. So definitely some shift, specifically we can notice in the tier 1 cities, the shift has been there in terms of bricks and mortar, because that is still like Maharashtra, we have a very huge number of stores. Delhi NCR, we are, since mainly north-based company, we are their stores. So e-commerce is gaining very customer traction here. At the same time, tier 2 and tier 3 customers still believe in the shopping in the brick and mortar model and giving a very good result. 70-80% sales has been come back. So cash flow started generating for the company by the blessing in disguise. But there, when the pandemic came, that was the most lean period for the retail, fashion retail specifically.
Right.
We were just closed with the end of season sale in terms of a new merchandise for the summer was there in the month of April. So April, May was tough, but we have some cash flow. So cash flow for the company as well as, and customer is now, we are very much hopeful in terms of festive season when it is coming ahead. The customer is coming out of the pocket. They are regularly inquiring when the new collections are coming. What kind of new collections you are introducing? Anything change in the new customer? So customer are hopeful. So mainly tier 2 and tier 3 customers are not much been very different in terms of offline to online, but definitely shift are there in terms of tier 1 cities, if I'll talk about, and they are inclined towards e-commerce and omni-channel as well. So we are gearing up with that. Things are going good.
Okay.
Economic is coming up, definitely. And we are very much hopeful, definitely going forward from the festive season are coming ahead. Things probably would be coming on track, coming on a fast pace now. Yeah, thank you.
So before going to Ayush, I'm going to jump and directly go to the king of biryani. So the biryani guys means, have you seen any kind of a shift in terms of consumption? Like, because everybody is sitting home, are they eating more kilos? Because we are gaining more kilos for sure.
I think just on a lighter note, I see amongst my friends and colleagues, half the people have gained weight and half the people have lost weight. So it's a zero-sum game overall. But I think, I'll just take a step back and answer your question. What is really, good is that everyone is acknowledging the reality. That is very important. I think the first step is to acknowledge the reality. What Sanjay said, ki loungewear is, is or innerwear is the trend, right? A company like them, they would have never thought of that in normal times, or what Shivendra is saying about Cantabil, like online e-commerce. So a lot of the trends, what Corona has more or less just accelerated what Amazon started 20 years back. If you see, a lot of the retailers in US were already going bankrupt, from Kmart, and right now, Brooks Brothers, which is a 100-year-old men's clothing brand, to a GNC, to Neiman Marcus. So Corona has accelerated the digital trends by 10 to 20 years. So now first we have to all understand what is there to stay and just being accelerated, and what will come back. That is very important in any business to understand, right? So a lot of if we have stayed at home for 3 4 5 months and realized, like we go maybe, now twice to office compared to 5 6 days earlier, and a lot of things are still happening. And maybe, I was talking to someone for the parent teacher meeting. They used to go 2 hours in the school and wait, and now, they started at 9 o'clock, 9:15, it was over for them. No petrol spend, no parking, no 2 hours. So this will never go back. They are saying the parent teacher meeting is going to be virtual going forward. It will never go back to those 1 or 2 hours of standing in this, for good or for bad. So what we have to all realize as businesses, what is going to stay now, and it might not change as habits for consumers, and how we have to change as business, and what will come back, right? I'm not saying the retail will not come back, or theaters will not come back, but in what form? We might not like to just fly early morning to Bombay just for a meeting and come back in the evening. It might not be fruitful. We all realize that. So in terms of biryani by kilo, in a way, we were very well positioned. We were a food delivery company, and biryani is a very delivery friendly category. And 5 years back, because I come from a hedge fund private equity background, we realized in food F&B industry, the rentals, which are 15-20% of revenue in India, or even worldwide so high, and also the service staff, and also the such high capex, which is put like 2-3 crores in restaurant, it is not going to sustain. It was a problem even 5 years back, right? That is the reason we said we will go ahead into food delivery business. People with double incomes, pollution, traffic, consumer, and on the business side, like I said, high capex, rental, service staff. So can we give the same experience to people at home? They same, not for the sake of doing it, like we are a dining outlet and we'll just deliver food. Delivery as a focus. And biryani as a category is very delivery friendly. Like I said, it's a complete meal, like carbs, proteins, and you can eat it the next day. We have Calcutta biryani, we have Hyderabadi, Lucknowi. So as a category, pizza is very well suited for delivery. Biryani is, maybe dosa is not, maybe roti is not. So we had looked at those trends early on and created a company which was very, very delivery friendly. We were making biryani fresh and handy and all that. So customer has realized that even better now. So to be very frank, our sales are even more up than we were pre-COVID at most of our stores. And a lot of companies are, still in limbo, whether they want to do it, the delivery in an opportunistic way. But the opportunistic way, sometimes the customer gets it, right? Because your whole stack is not geared in terms of quality, touch points, technology, everything. Or your whole category itself, is it suited for that? Let's say if you're in South Indian food, maybe it's not that suited like biryani or pizza for delivery. So like Sanjay was saying, maybe loungewear is more suited in today's time, or innerwear. Of course, jeans will never go out of fashion, but we have to see the long-term trends and position our company not in a half-hearted way, but in a clear way. This is going to be the future, and accept it. Corona has just accelerated a lot of these trends. They've not created it.
Right. Right. So Vikram, coming back to you, have you seen any change? How are you going to make your customers love your product?
What we realized means earlier also for the last 2 years, because of Swiggy and Zomato, means F&B industry is more skewed towards online business. What is our learning during this entire pandemic, that the more you are closer to the necessities, it will be good for your business. And we are more into juice and shakes. People are aware it's a health-oriented kind of product. So in a way, it was a very good for us. And with pandemic, what we have done our natural extension. We started our fruits deliveries as well. So that gives us initial traction was very well for us. And because of the health side, now people are more comfortable. The learning was the biggest learning was that it is when it comes to experience, now more than the ambience, it is the safety measures, which has been rightly suggested by Shivendra for the stores also. So if any customer who will walk into our outlet, they will be more focused that how my staff are, whether they are well masked, sanitization points. So these are the certain things which is now more important than the ambience.
Okay.
And even for the deliveries, how the delivery we are, what kind of packaging we are using, how the safety measures has been taken up. So these are the certain points which will make or ensure that these sales will keep on increasing.
Okay.
And what we have realized, we are already 60 to 70% higher, means we have achieved our pre-COVID levels. So generally what happens, summers is our peak season, but keeping in mind the current weather conditions, we are doing reasonably very well.
Okay.
One of our experience at airport, we opened just 10 days back, and the kind of gentry what we are currently at airport, it is mostly labor class are more at a commute kind of side. So initially we were not sure whether we would be able to get 20-30% kind of sales. But immediately as we opened at airport, we are getting more than 50 to 60% of our initial sales. So that was a very positive and welcome sign for us, because the kind of gentry which is now at airport, if they are preferring juice at our price, so these are the certain very good indicators that people are now more focused towards health and healthy kind of product also. So now at the same time, one has to be very clear that when it comes to the product will be the paramount. So people will come directly to the outlets of QSR. In the rightly said by Vijay that FNB is definitely one of the badly hit because of the pandemic. But if you are selling something which is more close to the customer's necessity, you will be more winner. So everyone is now trying to find out certain ways where the product or the brand is now getting in touch with the necessity side of the consumer. So rightly said by Sanjay that now they're going for the loungewear or the innerwear. So same is with us. The more now you don't have to teach anyone about the health side or the one has to eat healthy or something like that. So even if someone is going to office, they are trying to get juice or something for their food items. So now naturally you will see that in next 6 months to 1 year, people will want to have at least one healthy meal in their meal side, at least a day. So these are the certain good changes what we are seeing for the near future.
Perfect. So Ayush, I'm going to come to you directly and going to ask the question, which is the title of this session, right? Gaining customer love. So I think socks is a category which you are in. Loving socks, I think is, if you ask me, is something which at least the Indian mentality will not have that, right? We don't have a fetish for socks. So how are you, what's your strategy to make sure that customers loves your product and come back, they are loyal to you? What kind of a processes, strategies you are using?
So I think overall the issues or the challenges being faced by fashion and apparel, Sanjay ji and Shivendra ji have properly explained that. So I think, there are two things. The first is that there is a shift in customer lifestyle, which we all realize, and that's creating a shift in consumption based upon that lifestyle. And more importantly, there's a shift in the delivery, the fulfillment of that consumption towards e-commerce and digital channels. So all brands, including ours, we have to adapt to that. For example, if you take socks as a category, socks has traditionally been a need-based accessory. People have been buying sober blacks, blues, whites, and that is slowly going out and it's becoming a way to get noticed. So what we call Soxy Toes is noticeable socks. So when you wear Soxy Toes, it's bold, quirky, you get noticed. And that's
sorry to disturb you here, but that's where my question is, because now we are not going out. So this is the last thing so people will get noticed.
Yeah. So I'm just coming to that. So our product is obviously more tuned to when people go out and are in public. But having said that, there are some niches which are opening up. For example, the shift towards health and fitness. So we have introduced a new yoga line. We've introduced a health socks line, which is diabetic care and compression therapy. We have introduced a Performax line, which is great for gymming. We are also looking at some other new, segments, including infusions, socks, so we call it comfortable, which is, wear at home for comfort, lounging. So these kind of things, innovations in the product is catering to the change in this customer, lifestyle and the resultant. So we've actually seen our sales go up. We've done as much so April and May obviously was zero, but in the next 4 months, we've done as much as we did in the whole year preceding. And I think every business has this opportunity to try to understand what they can do with their product. And obviously they need to fulfill the customer's consumption need through a channel which is workable today, which is, for us, it is e-commerce. For other companies, it may be other digital platforms or omni-channel for people who already invested in brick and mortar. We've shut down, we had 4 running kiosks, and 3 of them have shut down, and the 4th one this month we will shut down. So we have more or less concentrated on e-commerce. Being a small company, we didn't want to burn money on maintaining a brick and mortar presence. So at the moment, we are focusing mainly on e-commerce, but shift in consumption pattern and tweaking a product to fit that shift. I think it's doable for everybody. If it's doable for socks, as you rightly said, socks is something which you would have traditionally thought is something that only would be demanded if you are, traveling outside the home. But there are lots of these categories where demand is there and which we are marketing and which are doing very well.
Fantastic. So I'm going to ask a simple question and open to anyone to take it, is because love is equal to, maybe not equal to, but love is also a loyalty. So in the current situation, does consumer loyalty still exist? Means, do you still believe that consumers are loyal to the brand or anything like that? Anyone?
Yes, as far as loyalty is concerned, if I see, I can, as a retail, we can go by data. So what I saw, even after pandemic, customer loyalty still exists. We have already had a traction of my total sale, which is coming in a very good way now. In fact, in an increasing way now. 50% of my sale is coming from the repeat customers.
Okay.
Apart from the adding, plus very interesting at the both side, if you see the both side of a coin, 50% we are having a repeat customer as well as new addition of 50%. That's a very good. The people are still want to come in, as Vikramji just said. What I say, people want guarantee in terms of, as of now, people are not, customers is not directly asking what the discount structure you are having. What they are asking, as Vikramji said, or what we believe, and we have clearly see the results of that, how safe they are coming when they are coming to the brick and mortar. Or even if anything, when we inside biryani by kilo is such a great product, what I'll say. Vishalji, I must appreciate this. Yeah, I'm a lover of your product as well. So you can see the safety measures. I did not visit out my home for any fine dining. I believe in what biryani by kilo kind of other things are being serving, because I don't know how the hygienic is being. What I want is what the safety is. So that is why customer focus in terms of customer, loyalty is still there. If you are loyal to the customer, customer is definitely loyal to them. What business loyalty is there when they are coming sanitization process, the distance maintaining, whatever the basics now. These are the basics now. Like when we are driving to our car and I'm coming, if belt is off and my seat belt is off, I'm absolutely uncomfortable. I cannot drive if my seat belt is off. Same with the hygienic factor for the customer is not there. So definitely the customer loyalty still exists. We need to serve those loyalty. That's prime responsibility on the business rather than customers.
Okay. Anybody wants to add?
Yeah, I can say, see, I think we are everyone has to be in the business of generating customer loyalty. If a business is not doing it, they themselves have to look inwards. See, people are loyal to Amitabh Bachchan ji even today after 50 years of his doing acting, right? So he must have done something right. So customers are loyal to him. I'm
so
saying
Vishal, sorry to interrupt, but in the pre-COVID times, right, there was a surveys and there was a lot of write-ups where everyone was saying that consumer nowadays are not loyal to the brand and they are loyal to discounts or offers.
So I don't believe it. See, I'm saying, making those examples. People are. I'm sorry. I'm taking the discussion slightly, extreme to make a point, be it be Amitabh Bachchan or be it be Modi ji or anyone. See, people are loyal by nature. People are loyal by nature. If there are certain, see, it can be in any product, any category you can pick up. Like people are so loyal to Zara, let's say. That's why Zara is Zara or Uniqlo is Uniqlo. If I look at it in retail or certain in any, see, if you give someone what they want, it is, if we look at it in our own lives, to get a good product in any category is so difficult at the right price point in a consistent way. If you're able to do that and communicate it in the right way, why would someone not come back again and again? Right? I am myself a big foodie. It's not easy, I can tell you, like if I want to eat a Chinese, if I want to eat, to get a right product consistently at the right price, if a company is able to do that, the customer is, maybe for a very impulse purchase or something which is a very low hanging thing. But I think most categories customers are loyal, and we have seen it in our product at least. And like Shivendra was saying, he's a fan. I see so many people, because if you're able to do the right quality and the right price, and also in a consistent way and communicate it in the right way, there is no reason why someone would not be loyal. And people are smarter than we think. Customers are smarter than we think. Voters are smarter than we think. I think it's just maybe our own product sometimes is not right.
Okay.
I would like to
Sanjay, do
add
you
one
want to
thing.
add anything?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sanjay ji, regarding the loyalty, the customer loyalty, does it still exist?
So I think the loyalty exists for the promise. It's not the brand at all. I think what the brand stands for, or the promise that the brand makes to the customer, if that promise is kept intact, or that promise is served by somebody else also, the customer is seeking that promise and what we do with respect to the promise. And hence the brand kind of stays in the space that the customer wants it to be or we want it to be. So from that perspective, to a large extent, what Vishal said is right, that it's very important that we kind of do what we are doing well and keep consistently doing it, and that's the expectation that the customer has built from us. And if we keep satisfying that experience, then there are more chances of the customer coming back to us only because he is assured of the promise being fulfilled. So it may not be just a blind, it's not as if मैं Levi's just because वो Levi's है, या मैं Spiker just because वो Spiker है मैं ले रहा हूँ. There are people who go to Levi's because they find something right over there every time they go. There are people who buy a Spiker every time because they are assured that, okay, whatever I'm seeking in that product is going to come to me. So from that perspective, I think it all boils down to how do you deliver whatever you have promised your customers. So yeah, I mean, you can take this point in any which way you want, but at the end of the day, if the brand does not deliver its promise, then the loyalty would not exist. But having said that, today's times are very difficult, and at the same time, the consumer is also becoming more aware, and also he's becoming more adventurous, and he's keen to try out new things. So if he's moving away from your brand and going into some other brand, that really doesn't say anything wrong about your brand. It means that he wants to experiment new things, and which is a great thing, because that's how the markets become larger, and it provides space for new people to come in. And till new people don't come in, complacency will keep creeping in our business. So until you don't have competition, renewed competition, we will not be able to keep up with the trending pace, the trending scenarios and all. So I think all in all, I would not see this brand loyalty as in
I think we lost him. Yeah. So Vikram, do you want to continue? I think there is a connection problem with Sanjay ji.
What I feel with respect to customers, people are always loyal. The only thing is that with respect to our Indian mindset, we are more value oriented. Just like Maruti said, kitna deti hai. So if you give value to your customer, the price is insignificant. Yes, with the current scenario where too much of discount is there, as rightly said by Sanjay ji, that people have become more adventurous. They would like to try different products. But at the end of the day, they will settle to the brand where they will find better value, not the better discount. So at the end of the day, your product has to have that value for the money customers should understand that whatever they are having the value for the money. So at 200 rupees juice, they might find it value, and it might be at 40 to 50 rupees, they might not find that worth it. So they might switch their brands for a certain point of time, but definitely after 3 or 4 trials, they will settle to the brand where they're getting better value, not the better discount. So definitely discount is giving them opportunities, but not the brand. They are not switching the loyalties. It is just that you're trying the different products, but you will settle down to the product which is more value oriented.
Okay.
Also, if I can say, Jitendra, let's say we take any category like shirts. Of course, you go to a Vishal Mega Mart or a very discounted. There are shirts starting from 400 rupees to a Van Heusen to a lot of Madra Coats brands to 2,000, 4,000, Brooks Brothers 10,000, and there is a customer at every price level in the shirts from 400, 10,000, even more. And at every price point, the customer is going to stay loyal to the price point they can afford. Right? And so if a Van Heusen or a Louis Philippe company wants to get a Brooks Brothers customers or a Vishal Mega Mart customer, that's also not right to expect. You can keep loyalty with the customer of your price segment, be it be cars, be it be food, or any other product.
Yeah, yeah. Totally agree on that. But
I think one more thing. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think one more thing is, as Sanjay ji had said, that the loyalty comes from the promise. So if a Vishal Mega Mart promises that they'll give you a very good price and something that you can wear within your budget, then that's the promise that they are maintaining. And as long as they maintain, they have the loyal customer. And a brand like Soxy Toes, if it gives the promise that, we'll be coming up with stuff that will always wow, whenever you step out in public, you'll be noticed and complimented. And as long as we're keeping that promise, we get a loyal customer there. But the second part is that, to maintain a loyal customer, you have to communicate that. And I think one thing is that in today's time, when social media and digital communication channels are the main channel for communication, it allows us to customize our pitch to various customers. It allows us to connect with the existing customers and personalize their experience, what they are interested in, communicate that to them. That helps in building this customer loyalty. So I think that is another aspect of this, that we have to have the correct communication and the correct connect with our customers to ensure that the fact that you are keeping the promise to them is communicated well.
Okay. So how I think a very interesting topic you have come out with. So social media, right, is going to play a very important role in communicating the promise to the customers in coming future. So are you incentivizing customer to show love to your brand by any ways?
You don't need to incentivize the customer to show love to. So certain things like, everybody wants a little extra and they feel nice if the brand gives them that little extra. That could be something which is monetary, like a rewards program, or that could be something which is just a recognition, like for example, if they've done 10 purchases, you send them a recognition, or you make a call or something like that. So obviously you need to incentivize customers. The objective of that is not to call it a discount in any way, but to make the customer feel that he's a valued part of your system, of your company. That's, I think, the main thing. So all our communications we do, of course, and then supposing we need to have an end of season sale. So it's traditional, usual, that for existing customers, loyal customers, you give them the opportunity to have their pick before, all these kind of things. These are the way you incentivize. And I think these are not going to change, but just that the mode of communication now can be, you can communicate with customers based upon their preferences. If they've bought something earlier and that a kind of product is going on sale, you can send a communication to them that this product is now going on sale. So if you like to buy, you can buy. Stuff like that, which makes it more relevant for them. That's the advantage of technology today, that we can communicate through digital channels in a way which the customer, which benefits the customer.
Okay. So which comes to my next question is the role of technology, role of data, role of social media. How you guys are using these tools to ensure that the consumer needs are addressed in the right manner at the right time? Because I think reaching customer at time, because he has so many options nowadays, is very critical. Because for same customer wallet, everybody is fighting, right? So are you using any specific strategies, any specific tools which you want to share with us?
There are two parts of this whole customer acquisition and customer retention, or or increasing the customer's lifetime value part. So the first is that the main thing is that you have a customer base, or you have a potential customer base which is very well segmented. So all the technologies that are there, whether it's a simple Facebook campaign or whether it's your own customer base that you are communicating through WhatsApp or email, you can kind of tailor your communication to suit the customer. These kind of technologies are easily available. So the first thing is that you show the customer what's relevant, and that way you get him interested in making the purchase or making a repeat purchase. And the second part of that is that when you have a customer, and when you are continuously communicating with that customer, you are introducing new product lines and new product SKUs which that customer finds interesting, because you know that customer's taste based upon his previous experience with you. So you ensure that you build that feeling in the customer's mind that this company or this brand is giving me what I want. It's innovative. It's coming out with stuff that is relevant for me, and it's not doing any unnecessary communication with me. So that I think is the way. And then things like your website UI UX. Again, all those things can be tailored. When a customer comes, they can be shown pop-ups relevant to what their previous history with you has been, stuff like that. If somebody has shown some interest and not purchased.
So are you using any specific tools? I mean, this is the overall strategy, but
so,
are you using...
Yeah. So our website is based on Shopify, and Shopify has a lot of tools available which allow you to do that. I mean, we use a lot of tools, whether it is for communication or on-site or off-site. These are all Shopify tools, Shopify apps and add-ons.
I can tell you certain specific things we have done. See, in today's time, of course, food hygiene and safety, everyone is very, very concerned. So we have created a safety standards tab on Biryani by Kilo website, where we list every employee's temperature in the morning. And we have made our kitchens live through putting cameras. And we are communicating all that through SMSs, through customer order copies, everything. So all that creates extra communication bit of layer, how the customers can actually see how we are maintaining social distance in the kitchen, how our promise is that we make fresh biryani in handi for every individual order and deliver it in the same handi scope. So now the customers can see it. They can see the temperatures of the employees on the website for their outlet they're ordering. So all those live kitchens, temperatures, fresh biryani, a customer can experience now. It is not a promise which he or she cannot see, or so it is all live. So that I think that communication helps. Let's say, in case of in the jeans, like they might be doing, I don't know, they must be doing, right? If their jeans can, have a certain kind of fabric which can be washed 20 times. So all that customer might not know. So I think certain communication, if we heighten it, or can help increase brand loyalty or the salient points of the brand, which in our case is freshness, hygiene, safety, and like.
Correct. These are the basic parameters. So coming to the technology part, when we, after lockdown, we analyzed when after lockdown, WhatsApp helped really lot in terms of getting the customer traction back and gaining the customer confidence. When we started circulating the videos to the customers, because we already very large database of the customers, we started sending the videos of what the precautions, what the hygiene parameters we are maintaining at the store. it is really giving the results. So all the technologies helped very strongly help the companies in taking the customer back. Like in terms of marketing strategy, if I take what we are seeing, the influencer marketing now, local influencer who is coming on the Insta or the Facebook, they are helping a lot. So rather than going for the print media kind of marketing or other marketing, social media is absolutely active and very in a very big way. Influencer marketing, WhatsApp is helping. SMS campaign is coming really strong, which has been earlier as well. So people are getting this one. So definitely technology is helping, not only to the technology when we are thinking mostly about the technology, that's the e-commerce only. Not exactly. For the brick and mortar technology is still WhatsApp, Insta, these are helping really a lot. So technology is definitely doing in a different way now for the customers, for the businesses as well, whether it's a brick and mortar, e-commerce, anyone. Specifically in terms of a food retail, if you'll take like contactless delivery, what the biryani buys from other vendors, it's really makes a difference. Actually, it's making the difference, gaining the customer confidence. So yes, that is a big part, whether it's in a fashion retail or food retail, anywhere. So things are doing really good.
Vikram, what's your take on it?
So definitely with respect to technology, means rightly said by Shivendra, WhatsApp will play a very important role, not with respect to the communication, but there are a lot many tools like, contactless menu at a very reasonable cost. You can do lot many things with respect to the customer interaction where, the costing will be much more lower. And at the same time, it will ensure your hygiene and other aspect also very high about your brand. So one needs to take few measures, like which everyone in this F&B industry is going for contactless menu and the kind of the service you're giving to your customers. The more the technology will embrace the technology, it's better for us. So definitely, yes.
Okay. But are you guys doing any kind of a CRM where to ensure that who is your repeat customer and changing different kind of a promotions to those particular?
This is something which we are doing much prior to COVID also. This is the basic of business. You should know your data. Where repeat customers, how many customers you have lost, what are the kind of strategies. So based on these data only, we play our the royalty programs and all other stuff. So this is, it has nothing to do with COVID. So this is prior to COVID. I think everyone must be using their database.
It's not about the COVID. It's ensuring that the trust
Yes.
build and which is going on, right? Means you have to rebuild the trust actually.
Yes. So we know that last time the same customer was more happy with at the mango season. He was more happy with the mango. So as soon as the mango season will come, we'll try to communicate with all our mango lovers. So these are the certain tools which we always try to slice and dice and know our customer very well, and so that our communication will be more as per the customer need more than what we want to do.
Okay. So what kind of strategies you ensure that you are capturing the customer needs, because customer is changing. I think always customer is 2 steps ahead of the business.
So earlier,
right?
Earlier we were used to visit our outlets also to interact with customers, to know their needs and what are the certain things which they are doing, and based on our interactions, there were a lot many things which we used to know. Now the trends, the business trend, you can see as per the the kind of demand we are getting. So now what we are seeing, that the more of the healthy meal kind of concept is now catching up very fast. So what we have done, apart from our juice and shakes, we are coming out with our salads concept, and we are trying to make it as a combo meal for one, meal for two. So the healthy word, the combo, the healthy meal is now catching up very fast. So these are certain things which we can always know with the trend. If you are into business, you can easily see that which way the trend is shifting.
Okay. So we have a question from one of the audience. He is asking that keeping food delivery apart, what do you think about giving an exclusive customer experience in restaurants? What do you think that has to be? Anyone wants to take that up?
When it comes to in-store experience, the first priority is that he should feel very safe. The moment he enter our outlet, the innovation that the COVID and everything he should feel very safe with respect to any of the cutleries, whether he is touching, when he's interacting or any of our, the service guys. So that has to be the paramount. So that fear factor has to be just nullified. We need to nullify. That is the first thing more focus towards. And definitely the product wise, immediately the product has to give them feel that the pain he has taken to come to our outlet is worth it, and he would love to come again for it.
Right. So coming to now Sanjay ji and Shivendra ji, so how are you guys managing the trial rooms in your EBOs? Like, because safety is a primary concern right now. That is going to be ensuring that you are differentiating from the typical retail pre-COVID times.
Correct. So in terms of safety for the trial room, there is a regular process of sanitization is a basic need, not only the trial room, but for the all the stores. So what we did in terms of sanitization, not only the trial room, we have started, once when it is coming to the trial room, one customer is coming, he's trial say particular garment, whether it's a shirt, trouser, or anything. We have a policy. Still, we have a running this policy to quarantine that particular garment, not only the trial room. In fact, the garment has been quarantined for 24 hours. That is, we are still working for that policy. Initially, whenever you are coming for this one, we were just packing it again and we are just putting up the shelves. That is a mandate for the, my staff is to be quarantined because we have enough stock, sorry, and on the shelf. We have just increased, level of backup stock because once we have gone 24 hours for the quarantine, so obviously we need replacement for that product. So something is being happening in that bit, but we are mandatorily quarantining the product for 24 hours. Then it is being sanitized and repacked. So that's the extra care we have been taking for the customer as well. And the sanitization, is a continuous process now. Whenever the customer is leaving the trial room, the guy has been sanitizing the room with that spray particularly and come back. So there are 2-3 cares we are taking continuously.
Okay. Sanjay ji, are you also doing the similar kind of a thing in your showrooms?
Yeah, it's quite similar. We actually we are desisting from giving trials, allowing trials. So we actually tell customers that if you know your sizes and all, you can take it. And if it doesn't fit you, my guy will come and pick it up again.
Oh,
so
that's a big process change, right?
Yeah, so but it's a temporary one, and luckily for us, every single retail store or spiker is a franchise operation, and so it's manned by an entrepreneur. So I think the collective wisdom of all entrepreneurs is working well in our favor because the intellect that the entrepreneur has versus the store manager is very different. So from that perspective, there is a lot of newness and different ways and out-of-box thinking that each store is also doing. But we are asking consumers that if you can avoid trying it, please avoid trying it. And if at all he has to try it, then we do exactly what Cantabil is doing. We quarantine the garment for some time, and obviously every touch point that the customer would have probably gone through is sanitized again. And that's actually a process for us. Every 1 hour there is a disinfectation happening through the store. So basically there are not many people walking in. So there are.
But how this process will work when we are expecting the lockdown unlock, say 6.0 at the festive time, where we want people to walk into our stores, right? Because there will be dissatisfaction.
So what we noticed, as Sanjay ji said, key customer, what he's saying, he try to avoid. What we are noticing, first of all, as of now, there is not a window shopper much in the shops. It is not that people are coming just window shopping and going back. Out of customers, whosoever is coming, they are actually shopping. And people who are, that's a very big change we noticed. Also, people are not trying to avoid themselves, as Sanjay ji said, not to having it, let's have a 4 shirts, buying 1 shirt. They are just trying and taking 1 or 2 shirts they are trying. They are still trying to avoid because of their own hygiene factor. So it is quite, and the customer side, we are noticing this, gaining of their education level. They are doing this. So not like a free shopper is coming, they are just trying, going back. Even the customer is having a very limited, what they are buying, they are just trying. So things are helping from the customer side as well.
Okay.
If I can add to this, Jitendra ji, can I take a minute?
Sure, please.
So I think in this, the training of the staff, the retail staff also plays a very big role. The customer is very perceptive. They will see no matter what kind of SOPs we put, we also have some dine-in restaurants. We have 1 dine-in restaurant per city. So we have put UV sanitizers to, sanitize, a lot of contactless menus and ordering, everything. But that is hygiene in today's time. Everyone has to do that, whatever the SOPs are required. That goes without saying. Every company has to do it, food, non-food, retail, everyone. But I think it shows up in the attitude of the staff, how well they have trained and how well they have been sensitized. The customer is very perceptive of that. If they are behaving in that way and following that, the customer will perceive that and keep coming back. So I think that training has to be very important, and that sensitization, that how important it is, and those SOPs to be followed, no matter what we put.
Okay. 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 Any closing remarks? We are almost on a 1 hour mark.
I think we all have to evolve, and I think the corona, I think the moment we see it as an opportunity to evolve our businesses and do better service and a better product to the customer, we will, because this times will create big winners, and if I can use the word, people who will lose quite big also. So the people who will keep the positive mindset and use it as an opportunity to change their business models or go to more and more towards getting a better product services which are suited to the customer and communicate it better will be big winners, and we have to all keep that mindset.
Right. We are taking it as also as an opportunity, as Vishalji said. Modi, Aapda mein avsar. So we are still expanding our stores. Honestly, we were thinking that this year our expansion would be on hold. What we are doing for last 2-3 years. For last 2 years, every month we are opening 5 stores. First half is definitely not there, but now I have my 7 properties on my table to hand where work is in progress. And this is also, again, we are opening around few significant number of stores. So opportunities are there. Yes, we are continuously doing on the optimization of cost. Rentals has been come down. So, it's an opportunity as well. We are getting good properties as well. Not only the rental parts, but good market is being open. Corrections, time is being there. Inventory is to be corrected. We corrected our where extra inventory. So there are so many opportunities there. Correct your inventory, correct your expenses, correct your many things. And these are the giving result. So overall, it's an opportunity as well as learnings. A lot of learnings is being there. Basic parameters slightly being changed. So things are moving. I think from the festive season, the opportunity what has been being there, we are just going to, everyone in a retail is going to explore that.
Completely agree. We also signed 2 new outlets last month and 2 new this month. So I think it is the way to go forward. This is
absolutely.
Yeah. So Ayush, Vikram, Sanjay ji, any closing remarks?
So what we say to our staff that we are not selling juice. Means keep in mind what we are selling is hygiene, cleanliness, and quality. So these are the 3 parameters which we are selling. So juice is definitely the product, but customers are coming for our cleanliness, hygiene, and quality. So we need to maintain these 3 things if we want to move forward. So that is what very clear-cut message to all of our staff.
I think a couple of things are that, a lot of the consumption behavior which is changing today will correct itself over the next 6 to 8 months as this pandemic comes to an end, as it must. In the long term, what is going to remain is the habits which have changed permanently. Like, for example, the focus on health and fitness, work from home or work from anywhere, as Sanjay ji earlier said. And, a reduction in travel, particularly for business. I don't think leisure travel will be impacted much because people will do that. And certainly people will be back in malls, etc. Because that part of shopping, which remains a experience, a pleasurable experience, a fun outing, will remain there. And need-based shopping will obviously more and more shift to e-commerce and other delivery platforms like digital delivery platforms for education, for example, are going to become more popular. Even for entertainment, some shift is going to be there. So I think the important thing is for companies to prepare themselves for the next 5 years today, rather than, focusing that much on the next 6 months. Next 6 months is, in any case, even with the best of focus, is going to be bad. So, it's going to be better and better and better. But finally, ultimately, you should focus on the next 5 years. And that is the thing that what we want to do. And I think our focus there is on e-commerce, more and more on e-commerce rather than brick and mortar.
Sanjay ji?
So I feel that this every crisis brings a lot of opportunities and learnings, and we've had our own share of learnings as far as what has presented us is concerned. some of it is what we were doing wrong. Some of it that's what we did not probably foresee. So I think we're bringing all of that into our business. With respect to opportunities, I think there is a whole lot of new dimension that we are going to see for ourselves. I really don't think that a country like India is going to get onto e-commerce in a way where offline will become irrelevant. Yeah, it will probably increase, but that increase will not be as substantial for it to really hurt the offline business. That's my belief. Some of the categories would be more impacted, some of them will be lesser impacted. Having said all of it, we should do our best to increase our footprint on e-commerce and on the digital expansion space. But again, with every new thing, a lot of riffraff will come part of it. So we need to we need to be very conscious about the fact that how much of the newness are we trying to adopt, because it may so very well happen that you'll probably adopt things which are not right for you, and that will also kind of create some kind of you know issues for you later on. So that you need to be a little more conscious. I feel the bus is not to be missed. Digital expansion, e-commerce is here to stay. This is a great opportunity for India to get used to e-commerce. People have got used to them, but still, unfortunately, e-commerce is being transacted on the back of discounts and value. I think there has been a little shift towards convenience in these 5-7 months, which is a very welcome move. And for me, e-commerce only makes sense if it also brings in the margins, which today, in my case, in my business, is next to negligible. So for me, it serves as a liquidation channel today. And again, it's become more of a duopoly. So from that perspective also, it's a very risky game that we are playing. Offline, we are spread across multiple people, accounts, business partners. Online, it's Flipkart, Myntra, and Amazon, and now Jio. So the more we move there, the more we are going to get shrunk in terms of margins. So for us, it's very important at Spiker that we kind of balance out this whole equation. We are also in the process, as a couple of other panelists have also said, that business development and expansion is not at a halt. What we have done is we had a concept called the yellow ticket store, which is more of a discount outlet. Now what we have done is our main business, that is the fresh businesses, that has come to a standstill. Expansion over there has come to a standstill. My whole team is now developing my yellow ticket stores. So my resources are being used the right way. We are actually approaching. So if I just as a perspective, Spiker sells out of 400 cities in India through the multi-brand outlet channel, and my own stores are there in 142 cities. Now the delta between 142 and 400 is a huge delta.
Right.
So I'm trying to bridge that delta through my YT, which is a discount outlet. So, and I'm going from grounds up upper. So the lowest rung of the cities we are putting our yellow ticket store. So from that perspective, I'm creating a whole new model within my business. I'm taking this opportunity where my teams are a little lesser occupied on business development. There I'm moving into some other category. It's a similar business, but I would have a mix of out of the season merchandise, new merchandise, all of it, so that it can cater to a smaller market, a lesser price conscious market, and also build the brand in those cities. So I know for a fact that India is all about those cities at the end of it. And we were among the first people to move into the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 towns. So I'm very happy to say that 14 years back, I opened my store in Moga. So we recognize that. We recognize Spiker is India. Spiker is a very Indian brand. Spiker wants to stay relevant to India as a whole, not be a very urban phenomenon. And we are taking all the opportunities which are being brought to us to expand our reach and our geography and demographics. So I mean, we all should do the same. We are all entrepreneurs here, and as Vishal rightly said, the hurt that we are going to face in this current year is not going to go away from a financial perspective at all. It's going to be a little lesser than what it could have been, but still it's going to be significant enough. So we need to move on. We need to start looking at how do you build the base in such a manner that this hurt can be kind of covered up at the earliest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So we have to wrap the session up. I already got the caution from them, and thank you so much for being here, and hope we have a great festive season. All the best to all of us. and cheers. Thank you so
for the
much.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you
Thanks.
so much. Bye.
Thanks so much, Jitendra, and all the panel members here. Very uplifting discussion. Glad to see that you're all bullish. Physical store expansion is on. Your growth strategies are on. Very nice to see that, and you're looking at pandemic as an accelerator rather than an unnecessary headwind. All the best for the festive season ahead, and hope we convert all the headwinds into a fantastic tailwind and get into the next financial year with a lot more on the plate. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Be safe.
Thank you.